Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Low Origin Podcast, episode probably 14 or maybe 14. I'm going to go with 14. It's the third quarantine cast.
We are in the teens.
Yeah, we are quarantining as fuck. So you know Saul, you know Saul, you know me, you know Danny Wyman, but this gentleman in the possibly left-hand corner, although to Saul it's the bottom right-hand corner.
Yeah, I'm in the top right.
Scotty Mitchell. He's all the way from down under. He's actually in the future, so he's going to give us some insight.
And upside down.
He's upside down. He's in the future, so he's going to give us some insights as to how the future's going to be.
The eggs. Nobody eat eggs from now on because
nobody eat eggs.
Yeah, their hens are actually getting corrupted. They got the virus inside them.
They've got the virus inside them. Apparently, the cats have got the virus inside them, though. That's
tigers. It went through tigers, didn't it? It started in a zoo, and then it's apparently in house cats.
You're kidding.
Goddamn.
How would it get from tigers to cats unless cats are hanging out with tigers?
Yeah.
I think they do sometimes.
Fucking Tiger King, man.
There's going to be someone on fucking YouTube somewhere. Some cat hanging around with a big cat.
God, Saul, your camera absolutely looks like every single cam girl account I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
Like four. Yeah.
I don't know where this laptop's from. It's a million years old. I mean, it
manages
doing well to hold AutoCAD on it, and that's all that matters, really.
It's doing well. It's doing well. Anyway, so Scotty Mitchell, off of Down Under, he's where do I know Scotty Mitchell from? YouTube primarily.
Videos on YouTube.
Videos, yeah. Cool fucking videos that probably had a lot to do with, especially like early doors, like Hit and Run and
basically
2000. I was going to say 2012. Yeah,
onwards, all the QLD, the Winton Drift Mat stories.
Yeah.
It
had a lot.
Definitely goes back in a bit of time.
I'm not going to say it's a big part of how we ended up doing what we're doing, but it certainly like a part of that, because 2012, 2013, we weren't doing very many stylish drifts.
I had just bought my car.
You just bought your car. Yeah. Danny Wyman, I don't think had a great deal didn't have a great deal of interest in
what drifting was.
Yeah. Well, that's probably not a bad thing in 2012.
When I was in high school, I forced my dad to take me to Jack Fest to watch the D1 dudes when they came over. And it was pretty much from then that I was like, yeah, drifting! But,
getting hooked on it, yeah.
I didn't have a fucking clue where to even start, what to even buy, what to do. Was still in high school, so I had no cars for another 4, maybe 5 years at least.
I don't know how the boys
found. I mean, a lot of people, though, they can say that they harken back to like Japanese drifting, like they used to just watch Japanese videos on YouTube, but I'd spent 90% of my time watching Australian drifting, pretty much your videos from 2012 onwards.
You're responsible for a lot. You probably don't realise it.
I follow the party scene a bit too hard in the early years, though, of drifting when it comes to Australian.
That's all part of it, man.
Yeah. But the problem is the Australians have working cars. I never had a working car. I just went for the social 90% of the time.
Just rock up with a broken card. It's an excuse to drink.
It was fucked already. I'd asked Dan to fix it, and then I just got on the booze straight away.
That's the input, though, you know, being part of the team.
Yeah, I like to drink straight vodka at 11 in the morning.
Straight out of the water.
It's just water. I mean,
the same bottle.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Nearly.
It's like Grolsch pop top.
Yeah.
Cheers.
I mean, I'm not going to say that there's a better taste from a glass bottle, but I feel like there's a better taste from a glass bottle.
For sure.
It's like when you buy a can of Coke versus a bottle of Coke.
Fuck yes. Why is that? But either way, I probably got these a couple of months ago, and I just use them for water now.
You chuck them in the fridge and they get that.
Yeah. Why is that?
They get all that condensation. It's really nice.
Yeah. Why the fuck is that? Anyway, okay. So as a little bit of what to do. We had Billy Sutton on a couple of days ago in roundabout way telling us what we should be doing with our cars, and we tell him what we enjoy doing with our cars, and he
Tell Billy to shut the hell up.
Basically, told
fuck off, Billy. Yeah, and
So
then we sort of agreed with him. Billy Sutton
is
The silly
old-timey drifting. Yeah, he's old-time drifter. He's had a R32 for
that red
pretty
one.
much from new.
Yeah.
R32 life.
Yeah, R32 runs R32 life. He's involved with the Super Deed guys and Animal Style and Julian and everyone in America.
He's got his fingers in a bit.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Fingers in a lot of pies.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
he
kind of like Ty.
Yeah.
He comes from his track racing and grip racing stuff. He works for a Scuderia Ferrari team.
Yeah,
Or something. He does like consulting or something for him. So he's pretty main time, pretty big time. Yeah, but he's all about that fast drift life, whereas we.
Well,
yeah, he sees your low cars. He's like, they don't work. They don't work.
You can't say
his
that. 32
was fucking great and low and looked good and was stylish as fuck and was definitely not fast.
Relatable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd like to think we're trying to get we're going in the right direction. And I guess a lot of
this fourth gear in my car.
Yeah, same. Cheating with a 4.3 and
that's fast, isn't it? That's fast.
I don't know whether it was as fast as when it was a 3.7 or a 3.6 with a standard SR20 gearbox. If I was in fourth gear, like at that point, I was going really
quick.
Fast.
Fucking really fast.
It's like 100
to die fast.
I think when I had my 14 and that had that set up, it was like 130 mile an hour you hit in fourth gear before you have to change to fifth.
Yeah, it's big scary. I think that only ever happened. You see, because 2012, 2013, when boys are doing hit and run shit, I was like, I didn't even know what a diff ratio was. I remember a guy called Ant Kale saying to me, "Oh, what diff are you running?" I'm like, "One that was in the car."
The one it arrived with.
Yeah, I was like, I thought he meant like, is it a Nismo 2-way? Is it a fucking Kaz 2-way or whatever? But he was like, oh, what ratio? And I didn't even understand what fucking ratio was. And that was the year I first did Jackfest at Silverstone. And that corner, you could do fourth. But if you were doing fourth, the car was absolutely like hating its life. And I only did fourth because I blew third. So I was probably going quite slowly anyway.
Run up and a half.
Yeah, with like 300 brake horsepower. Oh, those were the days when you could drive your car absolutely fucking flat out with your foot pinned, and it was fine. You try and do that now with like nearly 500 brake horsepower, and the thing tries to kill you. There's a lot to be said for maybe chilling the fuck out with power. Dan Joyce.
Yeah.
It was a
600 horsepower SR 24.
I'm going to hit 600 brake.
Yeah. We
still
can
the
shit
same
talk
motor?
him.
Still the same motor, yeah? Untouched?
Well, it's been touched a few times.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Have you seen our new SR20 dead sticker?
That is designed specifically for when Dan finishes his new motor at 600 horse.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I think
I'm sure it'll be fine.
What was it? The Alexi's old 180, the purple one.
Yeah.
You remember back to Jack drew it. He before he put the 1J in it, I think he went through. I think it was about 10 SRs before he went 1J. So yeah, he's similar sort of love for the SR.
That is commitment. Yeah. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man.
I think I don't know how many did I end up. How many am I now on? If we count the one that's currently being built.
Well, I'm on 5. This new one's going to be 6.
You had 4 4 last year, though.
No, 3 this last year.
Right. Okay.
And not a single lap of a track.
I think I'm on about 6 overall from start.
The super reliable guys. The super reliable.
Yeah. But now they're getting built.
They love them.
Yeah. They'll be fine now. They're being built.
I mean, Alex, you were doing one engine a year at one point, weren't you? You were doing like BDC days.
Yeah, let's work this out. So the engine it came with that died when me and you, Saul, drove to mapping with.
Yeah.
That was the most
We put
ignorant.
bigger injectors in and just drove it 300, 400 miles.
That was the dumbest thing that's ever happened. Like, we didn't even realise because I was fucking stupid. I had no idea. We had no good advice from anywhere. And we fitted a set of 740 injectors to a stock engine and drove the car 300 miles to the mapper. And when it got there,
no, we went and got tires first.
We went and got tires.
Then we went and got an alignment. Then we went to
gearbox. We got a gearbox.
We went to Drift Garage. Went to see Mitch, and we got a gearbox. Then we went to mapping.
Rest in peace, Drift Garage. That's now gone.
But yeah,
Greg at ProTuner, who did the mapping back then, he first thing he does when you turn up is does a not ollie down test, a compression test. So I did a compression test, and I had just under 8 bar of compression. Oh, it was equal, but it was 8 bar.
Dog shit.
And I turned up 8 bar. Yeah.
That's
What's
like,
8 bar?
Come on. What? Yeah. Tell me the real shit. What are you talking about?
90,
8 bar in PSI.
On all four.
116. 116 PSI.
Yeah, they should be like 160.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd obviously done this, and then Greg had said, so you've driven here with the 740s on a stock map, and I was like, yeah. It's like, leave. Just leave. just go away.
Bye.
Did you have to drive it home?
I was very embarrassed.
Alex was like so angry, but knowing Alex,
give it bullshit out the gate.
Alex was aggressive, angry. We went. Have you ever been to Greg's? It's up a hill on a bypass. Went past 4 cars, completely broadside, just out of the place, and I was just like, let's just casually spot. He's dying, but let's just go fucking full dicks out.
He'd refused to map it, so I'd fitted...
base map it. He didn't even put a base map on it so we could get it home.
So I could get home. We'd fitted a 2871R, and on the way home we stopped, turned the boost up, and just tried to because in my head I thought, like, we've got too much fuel. Yeah, we've got too much fuel, so
more boost.
Yeah,
logic. That's absolute logic. Yeah.
In my head, that made sense, right? And then, unfortunately, what's happening?
Children running around and shit.
No, it's just fucking cats have eaten shit. You caught a frog. Wow, go and fuck yourself. I mean, what? That's not an achievement, is it? You've caught. Fuck you, man.
Has he brought it in and like as a gift? And he's like, look what I've done for you.
Yesterday there was a mouse. Yesterday there was a mouse at the back door. This morning there was a vole at the front door, and now the parents managed to track down.
It's like a weasel, like a small weasel,
like a ferret.
Good work.
No, anyway, ferret, like a small ferret. Yeah.
Anyway, mapping. That was terrible. So SR20-1. That I gave up with that. I then built the first built motor with Max and Gutty, and then that lasted until Three Sisters, so that's engine 2. Then there was the third engine that we built in 2015. That was me, Max and Gutty again. Then that died 2 years later, and then the one that Dan built, so that's 5, and then that.
So you're the same as me. Yeah, you're the same as me. You got this next one's number 6.
Lucky number 6. Said
Woo!
no one.
But this one's going to be a DIY boy, so we'll be good.
Yeah. And if it isn't, we'll just do 1Js.
Yeah, 1Js,
no.
2Js.
I've got faith. I'm
going to put a
1J's probably harder.
in it.
A 1J is harder, and I think
harder to get over in the UK.
It's probably easier for 1Js to get a 1J over. It's probably easier than to get a decent SR these days. You could get a 1J and just use it.
Price wise,
auto Soras and shit, and auto JZXs that.
To be fair, you could probably pick one up for like 2-3 grand.
Yeah,
the whole
not a massive amount.
Yeah. I would be tempted. I mean,
in this current climate as well, they'd probably fucking find one for 30p.
Well, good point.
How's your dollar doing over there?
Well, it's great. If we bought shit from you, you're $2 to the pound at the moment, so
Yeah.
We are
doubling our
getting
money.
fucked.
It's amazing. Yeah.
How's
Hence
that
everyone's
money
buying
going?
shit from GK Tech and Tarks and everything at the moment.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I've never bought so much stuff from GK Tech and Tarks ever.
Yeah.
Until recently.
I was actually I was just having a few games of COD with Mr. Zach from GK Tech.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Is he good?
Yeah. He's playing it on an Xbox though, so it's so.
Do you play on PC?
Yeah.
Yeah. All the
You've got
hacking
Xbox?
bastards that are playing it at the moment. It's a pain in the ass.
You can't even fucking see that shit. Hang on. Turn that shit off. There we are.
Oh, cameras all over the place, fam.
Oh, look how
What
posh
a
that setup is.
Live streaming.
Hey, we could live stream it right now. We're ready to go.
You might be able to, but I can't fucking do shit. I was going to live stream this, but I could barely work out how the fuck to do that. I mean, I barely worked out how to record the damn thing.
Alex only ever plays Tokka 2 on PlayStation 2. That's all. Or PlayStation 3. That's all we ever used to play.
1, get it right.
Tokka
or
1.
Grid.
Or
Grid
yeah,
on PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
Oh,
because it had drifting down the hill. That was it.
Yeah.
I don't think you had to brake in that game. You kind of just accelerated and steered.
Just put more angle on. That's it.
If you braked, you had a bad time. So
yeah.
Anyway,
after doing Street Over for hours, we'd come back here, and me, you, and Harley had just bashed that till stupid hours of the morning before we had important jobs to be at.
Yeah, before we had important.
Just be like fighting over like 10 points. That was it.
How long till all you boys get a sim going? Fucking everyone's onto it.
Probably, but I'm absolutely god awful on anything past Grid. So I don't want to embarrass myself, but I mean, Danny, you're doing some sim related stuff, surely by now.
Well, I play Forza. I do want to get a sim, but it's just spending like the 1,200 quid at the moment to get a half decent one.
Yeah, that's the sort of sim we're talking about.
FR Legends, boy.
I can't. I don't know.
I'm not going to.
Can't do it.
You don't have to. You just do the old. You can use
on the screen, but then I got big sausage thumbs, so it's like I can't press half the screen. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Wait, how's that? What's the fucking beard and haircut combo? There's 3 out of 4 going.
Alex, you need to grow a beard and shave your head.
Yeah, shave your head, dude.
What the fuck? I'm the wrong way round.
I had long hair up until like a week ago, and was like, I can't get to a barber's anywhere. Gone straight off.
Yeah, same sort of deal. Like I was trying to convince my missus to just take it all off with a beard trimmer, but I don't have any of like the clips to go like
on the
different
top.
Different cuts. So it would really be fucking skin pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't really have
or
a
not at all.
Yeah. Danny doesn't have a choice.
Half of mine's missing. Like the top's just.
It's just got
Absolute gold.
Yeah.
So let's talk about hit and run drift trips to Japan, because you guys were doing it like early doors, like 2000.
Before it was cool.
Before it was cool. Yeah.
Before
2000. Yeah. What was it? The first one was 2013, and I think the second was, I don't know if it was at the very end of 13 or early 14. We pretty much went for a real quiet time when there was no Mat Serie or anything was actually on, and the Hit and Run boys actually saved up and purchased my ticket and shit to take me over as a thank you for all the videos I was doing, which is. That was like unreal.
Making them famous.
I mean, they were attempting, or they making cool cars for the time. Doing that whole what was it, the primer panels.
Yeah.
Nothing, no paint and shit. There was like a phase of that, and then there was like the BCL wing,
black cars,
the phase of that.
Grey fenders, white front fenders.
Yeah,
or white guards, as you say. Yeah.
They couldn't drive, but like they'd rock up and
the
have
cars
a go.
look shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Relatable.
yeah. So it was like, 10% fucking driver skill and 90% Hollywood, as they say.
Yeah.
So,
we
it
saw
was fun.
the we saw the final bout live stream.
Final bout live stream.
Yeah, I know it's a completely different tangent, but when you say 90% Hollywood and 10% skill,
Yeah.
I got that vibe from that live stream.
Everyone's got painted cars, fucking, kitted out. But it is a bit like that. But, as long as they're having fun, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, but back to Japan. Like,
Yeah.
that was absolute eye opener. Have you boys been over at all yet?
Alex has.
I have, yeah. I've done some of this. Did a bit of that at Nico, and then I did a bit at Fuji Speedway as well.
Yeah.
Which is dead good.
Yeah, if you could save your money on doing drifting anywhere else and go and do it once, just go over and fucking do it, because the shit that you can do and how much actual driving experience you can do, in one day. Yeah, it's unreal.
I felt that way about Australia though. Like, it was completely different to here. Like, going from, if you guys are saying that Japan's completely different to Australia. I mean, Australia to us is probably better than Japan because I can actually speak to people while I was there.
Yeah, true.
Like, going to a halfway was sick because you could talk to people. There wasn't any weird language barriers where you just had to stand in a corner and just be like,
Yeah,
pretty
but
much.
when I was at Nico, people would speak to you in English, and then you would try.
True.
I'm
just being a dick.
Or you try and speak some Japanese, and like
Biro kudasai.
Yeah, biro kudasai.
And that's it.
And then did you
try your
best? Yeah, and then whoever you were talking to, whoever you were talking to would be like, stop.
Sure.
I can speak English.
Gaijin.
Fucking Gaijin, shut the fuck up. I can speak English. Like
they just got a smile and like.
Oh, yeah. Well, they gave us. I got a 90 Mark II to drive at Nico, and the guy who'd come out with me, a guy called Massa, who was he was a mechanic primarily, but also could drive fantastically, and he was basically there just to keep the car running. Nothing broke, obviously, because it's a 90 Mark II. Kicked his fucking head in for literally 8 hours. Like, I don't think I came off, but yeah, he was very polite, and he spoke a little bit of English. But like, for the first sort of hour of the day, I'd gone out on my own because I said, just fuck off and let me just work this out. I didn't say it like that. And I sort of did a few, and I was like, I need to go faster. And then I was using the handbrake as well. And then he came in the car with me, and he's like, very American style. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like,
very shit.
Handbrake. And I was like, yeah. He's like, no handbrake. I was like, yeah, I know. I don't want to fuck the car up, and I don't want to go. He's like, no, just very fast. I was like, okay, I'll just go very fast then. And I did. I went very, very fast and didn't use a handbrake, and it was well easier. And I probably wouldn't have done that if he hadn't have said that. And if he didn't speak any English, I would have had no idea. And I'd have probably completely fucking ruined the day by driving like a complete pussy all day. But yeah. I don't know how we got to that point.
Yeah. The little trailer thing that you did, which was Fukushima Finger Bang, best title ever. Was that the trailer for the 2014 one?
Yeah. That was the second trip. Yeah. That's when there was more of the boys that came over with us. The first trip I think there was 5 of us. 4 cars. Yeah, it was Jack, Woods, Ryan.
Did it cost them much to you get the cars? And I suppose it would have been cheaper than it is now.
I think it's getting probably a bit more expensive because back then Power Vehicles was doing more like missile cars.
Yeah.
And I think they were, starting to learn that people were coming over, buying cheaper missile cars. Something was breaking. They were coming straight back to power vehicles and saying, this is broken. Can you fix it? And there was just too much of a hassle. So that I think power vehicles weren't buying any more missiles. They're buying clean-ish cars for, obviously more expensive because, it was just too much of a fuck around with all the shitty, cheap cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think, back then, I think they were getting, I think it was 232s, about $3,500, $4,000. I think Jack's 90 was about 6.5, but that thing, never broke, But and it was actually really clean. It's actually the 90 that he brought back to Australia, and he's put his 1J from, now it's a 2J, but it was the 1J from his Purple 180. So, and then obviously tires were pretty cheap. Fuel was probably a little expensive for him in the middle. I can't remember what the track's called. Higashi, I think it's the center track. Alex, back me up, I think. Higashi? I think Nishi's the big one.
Yeah.
Higashi's the center one for grip racing. And I think we got Jetstar flights were, I think there was, at the time it was 2 for 1, and I think that was only like $800 to get over there. But it was like the worst fucking flight. It was like a layover up in Cairns, up in the top of Queensland, and it was real hot and moist and sweaty.
Well, that was it. It was so. I mean, obviously, you're significantly closer than we are. I think the last time I went, we went British Airways, and there was no drop-offs, no stop-offs, nothing. It was straight there. Return, I think it was like 1,800 quid for two people.
For two people, yeah,
for 2 people.
Well, you can basically double it into dollars normally.
We can now. Yeah,
a lot of money. Yeah.
But then that $800 is that return?
Yeah, return. Yeah, so it was pretty cheap. I think I don't think back then they were like really forcing like people to travel to Japan. I think the whole advertising for was a bit of a shitstorm for them. Yeah,
but totally worth it. I mean, I've never heard anyone everyone comes back with the same story. It's always like it's worth it. It's expensive. It's a pain in the arse. It's a complete killer. Like you will be fucking tired, but it's just one hell of an experience.
I couldn't say one bad thing about going over there.
Yeah,
there's nothing. Exactly. You go there, you 2 weeks worth. If you were, because the first trip, well, both trips actually, we arrived Tokyo and then just straight on the Shinkansen, Nihonmatsu, and then the 2 weeks were just there at Ebisu. We didn't go. Oh no, we went to Nikko, but it was just drifting the whole time. It wasn't much of like the touristy sort of travel around. It was just straight to drifting. I actually ended up buying Ryan's really beat up 180 on the second trip for a pair of tires. I think he just because he bought another mate's 90. Yeah. It was it was absolutely fucked. Actually, I'm trying to think if I could like pull up photos.
Yeah, but still, the idea that you could get a car.
For a pair of tires.
Yeah, but the thing was so banged up. It was eating spark plugs like after a while. And I'm going to see if I can find a photo of it. But yeah. So he bought my mate's 90, and then he had the 180. He couldn't really do anything. He was just going to scrap it. So, and he just offered it and said, like, a pair of tires, go for it. But getting distracted. But yeah, from those boys driving, those 2 weeks, 10 days, they said like you learn so much of just constant driving. Yeah. It makes up for building a $30,000 to $50,000 car over in Australia, being too scared to push that car, to crashing it, and
I think a lot of people, if you don't start, at least you don't start with something like that, or if you don't get that experience, it does sort of overwhelm you. I think of a few names in the States who have certainly gone down that route, and it's frustrating because they are building big old cars, expensive builds, and they have never drifted, let alone. You're trying to show us something, and it just came up with the background.
Stewie's car.
I don't know if that's going to be able to.
Wait, leave it there. Wow,
So
that is fucked.
Immaculate.
It was Cactus, man. I think it pulled out the strut tower twice. I think one of the runs on Minami, another mate jumped in it, and he tapped. It was wet. He tapped the wall, pushed the tower a little bit further in, and left the throttle body on full. So you just hear him hit the wall, start revving the shit out of it, and he couldn't kill the car because it was just the whole way down. But yeah, it was fucking gross.
Yeah. This is the thing, a lot of what we get in the UK, I don't know whether it's the fucking weather. It probably is a lot to do with the weather. But just the attitude, especially from what we see and observe from here to what you guys are doing, because the media that comes out of it looks fantastic. It's cool. It makes you want to get involved. And then the similar sort of what would it be classed as? Not banger racing, but fucking missile style events that we have here in the UK, like the Triffline Bash. It's just it doesn't appeal to me at all. I don't know whether it's because it's endless E36s. I don't know whether it's because
straight pipe beamers, man. I love them.
Danny, how many straight pipe beamers have you currently got hidden away at your farm?
I've got one BMW, and it's not even
just the one
standard exhaust on it.
Yeah, standard. if everyone went for a standard exhaust, they'd have so much more power, and it'd be so much more nicer to watch.
Yeah.
I'd leave the volume on
with standard exhaust. Standard exhaust with cats, that's where they peak performance. And so much when I did have an exhaust on it, not straight through, and then I put the standard one back on it. It had so much more torque and grunt.
Yeah.
For all that 200 horsepower.
Hashtag E36 chat. But yeah, I think the problem with it was it just doesn't. You see missile days in Japan and in Australia and even in America, and it's I want to get involved with that. I want to get a piece of shit and go and fucking hang with you guys. And then you go to an event in the UK, and it's I want to leave.
I want to die.
Maybe not that much, but I don't know. It's just not the same, and I can't put my finger on why.
I'll never forget going to.
It's probably just the weather.
I'll never forget going to Buxton, and we were watching. It's not far from our house, and it's
Buxton is a banger crash. It is a banger track.
It's
specifically
a banger track. It's a banger track. It's just an oval basically, and. We went, and there's a guy drifting a 7 Series, like a 740, and it was shorter than a Mark 1 Golf. It had just been the rear had just gone up, smashed up, and was it was ridiculous. It was the most insane
fuel tanks.
Yeah, and the subframe was still just at where it should be, and the body was just rippled over the top of it.
It was really impressive though.
He still drove it like a fucking champ, but
because you couldn't tell. You were oh, where's the? Was it a 5 or a 7 Series?
I can't. It looked like a 7, but it might have had.
I mean, it looked like a compact. Yeah, but that's the thing. Whatever it was, I think it was a 5. I can't remember.
5, yeah.
Either way, you saw it out on track, and you were and you'd look at it, you'd look at the car, and you'd be no way, where's that 5 Series? Wait. That's the 5 Series. It's just become a crumpled mess. Anyway,
its tyres would hit the wall before the bodywork would. The tyres were protruding out the bottom. It was
Did you see the BDC event that they did last year at Buxton, Saul?
I watched a bit.
Anyone?
I watched a bit. Of
I didn't see it.
Yeah. Do you remember seeing Martin Wonacott's? Is it a 100 that?
It's Chaser. Yeah, it's Chaser. 100 Chaser.
That thing, I mean, by the end of that event, it looked like a hatchback.
Yeah.
It looked like something
Chris
from
packed it.
Yeah, yeah, it did. Yeah.
I mean, watching those cars driving around there, because I mean, it's probably 100 meters long, and watching like full comp cars going fast there was just eye-opening. Because with our only experience there is watching BMWs what look like they're going quickly, around it, and then to watch someone chuck it in like fourth with a fucking sequential, it was like, I need to go home.
Yeah, okay.
I was scared for a lot of people.
A very strange, very strange experience that.
Yeah, I mean, it's meant to be going back there this year, but I think all of the first rounds of any drift championship that's happening this year are starting in September. So
what's the crack down under? What's happening? Is there anything happening at all? Anything still on the books? We've still got a couple of events that are apparently still going ahead, and I don't know how.
We might not be able to get there, though, that's the problem.
Well, I don't see how they can continue. There's
the travel bans.
I don't know. When S Chassis Fest is May
22nd and 23rd.
Which is a way off yet.
Yeah, a little over a month.
But I mean, if that actually happens and that is the first event, fuck me. Can you imagine? Like, that's the first event. It's going to be rammed to the ginnels because everyone's going to want to be there.
Going to go. Yeah.
But at the same time, some of the big events like Next Level, the one that Ty went to last year and the year before,
which is great.
They've been cancelled.
I know you've got kids.
Really should come.
Should come to that.
We've got kids. Just bring them.
We've got kids.
Just bring them.
Fly them over, and then we'll pick them up there. Yeah,
they'll
put them in the bag. We'll be fine.
I think, Georgie in the early days, she did a few events of drifting and said, "No, I can't do anymore. You go do them." But it's not for me. I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, oh, there's a chance I might be, trying to get over to the UK. And she's like, oh, really?
No, like, yeah, come now.
Yeah, it's like, well.
The weather's shit. I won't bother.
With this shit.
Bring an umbrella. Even if you come in like June, July, August, bring an umbrella.
The weather's been nice this week. Yeah.
The last 3 weeks has been bone dry.
Yeah, you can guarantee if there's ever a time when people are being, what's happening? What's in that? Oh, it's like a BlackBerry mobile phone.
Oh, that's Fukushima Fingerbang. That's the Fukushima Fingerbang trailer.
I just thought
wait for the drifting.
It's just playing in the background, man.
That's excellent.
It's going to be distracting as fuck.
Please leave that on. Please leave that on. All
right.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, that is excellent. Yeah, we're just going to sit here in silence now and just watch the
now that the podcast is just like, just pretend like I'm still there.
Fuck you
just
guys.
Just duck down a bit, man. Just duck down.
I'll just... What?
Scotty Mitchell, everyone on the podcast.
Welcome. Oh, man.
You should do like a director's cut commentary. You should just talk us through all your videos.
Yeah.
Are you drinking? This is me fucking sculling it?
Yes.
Actually,
exactly.
I don't know how long it would take to actually download, because I did, where is it? I think I did just a raw version of it. I think it goes about 50 minutes back in the background. Yeah, just pretty much talk about it.
Alex got excited, he had to adjust his pants.
No, there's a cat taking a shit on the step there. Fuck you, man. This fucking cat.
How many cats have you got?
Like some. This fucker here.
I've got 4.
Right over there.
I don't do cats. Dogs.
So how close do all of you guys live between each other? Like,
well, we'd complain that we live miles away from each other, but compared to like Australia and the US, we live like right next door to each other. I mean, we're about 400 miles from Danny Wyman.
Yeah.
I'm about 30 miles away from Saule Del Rio, and I'm about...
Yeah. Dan's about halfway between.
About 60 miles away from Dan Joyce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not far. It's not far. But we complain like it is far.
But we also have really good motorways. It's not like in Oz where you have to drive down like normal, just regular A roads to get to places. Like when we were driving down to Port, when we were on the way down, and it's like regular normal roads. Like it's just what we would class as a normal road, or the A34, which runs past like where I live, which is a two-lane.
Yeah, it was bad, man.
For like
we haven't really
1600 Ks
upgraded to the sort of bigger.
Yeah.
And it takes them fucking forever to do.
Hurry up with your concrete and build them fucking motorways, fam.
Is that what Ty does?
Yeah, he does, the central reservations.
He works hard.
Yeah, he works.
Says me behind a computer.
Yeah. Extra sweet, I think it is.
Or is it? Shout out.
Shout out, Ty. Ty also said, tell Scotty I said I love his dumb bearded face.
Wait, is it live? Is he on
I think he's sort of live.
On Gran. Yeah, okay. Oh shit. This is a little bit embarrassing. You can't even say it.
What?
Saul's gonna get a notification.
Okay.
I don't get out much.
No one does at the moment.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I'm going stir crazy.
God
God, my internet is dog shit.
Yeah, what's your internet like over there? Like, I guess Danny, you're out in the sticks, mate.
Mate, honestly, do you know what we're promised? Yeah, like as long as it's above, 6 meg, they don't do anything about it.
Shit. Yeah, okay.
Honestly, like we can't watch YouTube, and play the PlayStation at the same time.
Is it that bad?
It's that bad.
I'm getting 17 megabytes.
And you're like I'm
in a house.
Town. In a house. Yeah, you're in a house. Oh, shit.
I'm just going to download a speed test, so I'm going to see what I get, because I don't have a fucking
see what you get, yeah.
I don't. It seems pretty good. I can game okay, which I say game. I steal my younger brother's PlayStation every now and again and try and play something.
Yeah.
Forza's where it's at, mate. Forza is sick.
I can't do it. My other brother's got an Xbox, and I literally cannot do it. I can't drive for shit on it. Obviously, everything takes time, but I literally cannot drive for shit.
Oh yeah, it takes a good fucking month.
I just don't have the time. I really don't. It's just I would love to be able to sit there and play fucking PlayStation all the time, but I just do not have any fucking time.
Well, each Forza, I swear they must have changed how the cars handle. Like, I think Forza 3 was like the last good one, and then 4 was different to play. 5 was even different to play again.
Yeah, they're all different.
Yeah, it was just weird to.
I know this is reversed, right? So you probably can't read that. But where I used to live at a farm in Knutsford, they had some fucked up 4G shit, and that was 804 megabytes per second.
That is insane.
Oh, shut that.
That's what American has.
Yeah. It's quite.
I mean, mine's sat at like 8, 9, 10 ish. 11.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, then it's all gone.
Yeah, shit. Yeah, now the States, man, with their Google fucking fiber and shit like that.
Oh shit! No, mine's 4.71 download and 11.4 upload.
All right, so I can't complain. I think I'm on like 40 down and 20 up.
It's enough to do this video. That's probably,
Oh, that's exactly right. Yeah.
I've got fiber as well. That's fucking dog shit.
Wait, that's fiber?
Yeah,
you're kidding.
I've got.
Mate, you want to be bringing them up?
We changed to fucking Virgin about 3-4 weeks ago, and it was
but
better than Sky.
But
mate, they definitely turned that shit down after a month. 100%.
Just slowly taper it off.
Yeah, just dial it back.
Clocking it back every day.
Turn the boost down. Just turn the boost down.
If you ring them up complain, I bet it goes up to like 20 for a fucking week or so, and then that'll be it.
I can tell you this. Back in 2004, when I used to work for NTL before it became Virgin Media, OG. They had this option where if a customer rang up and they complained about, well, specifically, it was supposed to be for specific things, but you had this honorary thing where you could like give them a week free or increase the speed or give them a month free or a year free. Anyway, I lost that job, mainly because I gave everyone everything. So if someone rang up and said, I'm not happy about anything, I'd be like, oh, it's free for a year.
Just tick all the boxes.
Free. Off your foot.
Been with us for 10 minutes. Fucking
you've literally just joined us. But then we say that like my mum got the 200 megabyte per second thing about 2 years ago because she lives closer into the city, and my 3 little sisters live with her. So obviously they're just absolutely railing TikToks and fucking Snapchat and all that fucking trendy shit constantly. So she needed that data.
Wallpaper salesman.
Yeah, taking pictures of wallpaper behind them. And during the day, that 200 megabytes per second becomes 15 megabytes per second. But at night, when everyone's asleep,
crazy.
It goes back up to 200.
Yeah, on peak, off peak shit. This
is the most boomer conversation I've ever had.
To be honest, we are getting into that boomer age though.
Yeah. Boomer. We got dads.
How old is everyone?
Shit. We got kids.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We're kids. Yeah. How old is everyone? I'm 31. I'll go fast. I'll go first. I'm 31.
There's you. There was you in the background.
I'm 28.
Yeah,
29.
You're 29. I'm 35 this year, so I'm 34.
You're 35?
Yeah.
You're 21 years old, mate.
That.
21.
Stretch that lead. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
It was 5 years ago we had your 30th.
Yes, exactly.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Fuck, man.
There was some scary ass shit. I got a memory on Facebook the other day from when Gabby organised the whole event at Nico, which is, I think at the moment, were we there? Was it April? No, we went in October. Yeah, we went in October. So it was still really fucking hot.
Yeah.
Or maybe was she? I think she was organising it at this point. But yeah, I got a memory. I was like, 5 years ago. I'm like,
5 years.
Fucking 30th.
Fucking hell.
But yeah, it's fine.
I'm 30 next year.
Yeah, you are. I remember going to your 21st birthday and thinking like,
Jesus Christ.
God, I remember when I was 21. Shut the fuck up.
Boomer talk, man.
Yeah.
What the fuck's happened?
How many kids you got, Alex? Just the one?
Just the one for now, yeah.
For now, yeah, you're holding off during this period.
We'll probably start working. Probably start working on some more soon.
Yeah.
Making sure she was out of earshot.
Well, you guys haven't completely had like isolated lockdown yet, have you? You can still kind of venture out and do shit.
No, we can go for one exercise a day.
Yes, we're allowed our one exercise per day.
One run a day. Yeah.
Our government endorsed
sanctioned
one exercise. If you go for 2 exercises, it's a £200 fine. Just so you understand.
Fucking jail.
Yeah. And then
£200, is that it?
Yeah. You're allowed to go to the shop.
That's $400. That's $400.
Well, I think it's like I can't remember how much it is. I think it's like 1,000 or 1,500 at the moment, I think. Yeah, they're really getting hectic.
You see, this is why nobody's taking it fucking seriously. Why the bank holiday has been spent mainly by people in the UK not going to beaches and spending time with people in parks. But saying that, I think people
have beaches.
Yeah, I use the term very loosely. You must understand.
There's some sand and some water, and that's about. No one wants to go.
There's some beaches near Danny. Danny lives in France.
Yeah, Danny lives in
the south of France.
South of France.
Lives in Spain. Lives in fucking Spain. May as well. The thing is, I only say that, Danny, because the day that I drove from my house to your farm down, way down, I drove
Way down
from,
there.
it was 7 degrees, raining and dark. And when I got to your house, it was about 21 degrees. It was the sunniest day of the year.
Glorious.
And it was so humid. I was like, this is a different country.
Yeah, to be fair, it's been like 20 plus degrees for the last week here.
Yeah, okay.
It's been pretty good.
How far
We'll
is
be getting
Dave
your
Bastard
farming
Paint from you,
updates.
Danny?
Well, he lives like a little way, but his unit, I'll show you his unit. His unit is literally just down there.
Actually there, yeah. So that's
where all those cool videos of doing drifts on a car park is. Oh yeah, look, there you go.
Blue dots are where we are, and then red dot is where Danny and Dave Bastard Paint is. Like,
Jesus. Yeah, okay.
the bottom of the country.
Your cam girl's cam is terrible, Saul.
I know, it's good, isn't it?
Right,
It's
I've got to
making
pop to the farm for 10 minutes. I will be back on in like 10 minutes.
We'll probably still be here. I mean, I'm just
Danny's
watching.
got to go finger a lamb.
What?
When you're bored, man. When you're bored.
Right, see you in a minute.
Bye.
Now tell me that didn't look good in my soft Vaseline smothered lens.
Why is it so? Why is it
Swipe it down?
It's almost like night vision. Like,
Yeah,
have you got like blackout? Have you got blackout blinds in your in that room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually, no, they're not. They're just shit blinds. I'm in Luca's room at the moment because baby's sleeping. So
Bebe's sleeping.
Baby's sleeping.
This isn't your baby. Is it your baby?
Yeah, my baby, my first.
Yeah.
She's two.
Dad cams.
She's
Dad
2
cams.
weeks old. 2 months old tomorrow.
Wow, 2 months.
2 months
Fucking
old,
hell.
8 weeks tomorrow.
Jesus.
I'm not
Christ.
going to get to see your kid because of this fucking lockdown. This is
I had this
rubbish.
conversation with Gabby yesterday. I saw Harriet jumping up and down on the water thing in the bouncer, and I was like, "Fuck, man, she's like developing." And it's so long ago since I seen her, and she was like, "Yeah,
I know. She's eating toast. She's eating toast and shit, and we're like, none of the grandparents have seen anything. We're just like sending them videos, and they're just like,
yeah, FaceTime.
This is bullshit. I can't.
Yeah.
Just want to come and see your first grandkid, and they can't. You're like,
It is
weird.
crazy.
The thing is, you'll never get this opportunity ever again. It's weird because you don't know what's right to do. Like, so what do you do with your time? Do you start feeling like you're either not doing enough, or you're doing too much, or you think about pacing yourself with doing stuff. Like I cleaned out the garage yesterday, but then I realized as soon as I did it, I was like,
you cleaned it out and found a 300ZX.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah,
Been
I
in there for
literally.
years.
I found a 300ZX. It's not been
I borrowed
years.
Alex a set of wheels like 5 years ago.
Yeah, to get it home.
I forgot about them. Totally forgot about them. Borrowed him a set of wheels just to get home. Drove it out of his garage. They're still on
They're
it.
good wheels as well.
Other than they leak so much air.
Let me see if I can find it.
Fucking 300ZX, eh?
Yeah.
VG30. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's the boy.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah. I literally I forgot I had it. But my point is, I then once I'd finished cleaning the garage out, I was like, fuck, now what do I do? I built 2 Lego models. I've cleaned the whole house. I've tidied every single cupboard. I've cleaned the garage out now, and I'm like, fuck, now what? We kind of need to do. Yeah, exactly. Like, what the fuck else do you do? I get the impression, like, in Australia, the things like shops and stuff, depending on where you live.
Yeah.
Like in round here, there's a shop every 5 seconds, so it's not hard to sort of get from one place to another. Do your shopping.
You're northern Sydney, aren't you, Scott?
Yes, I'm up in Northern Beaches, so about
like
30...
the little islands, isn't it, where the top of Sydney is, like the little jutty inlandy and outlandy bits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think probably best way to explain it, how you did it.
On a map.
I don't know if it's actually going to help because my green screen. Yeah, there we go.
Oh yeah.
Oh right. Jesus. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh my God. So the city and like I'm up the north here.
Yeah. Oh, so you're quite a ways out. I didn't think it was that far. Okay.
Yeah, about 35, 40 minutes.
But this is it. Like when you're doing a quarantine in that situation, it's sort of. I mean, are you when you go out to a shop, do you find lots of people trying to get in the same shop?
They've closed a lot of shops. All the like clothing shops, all that sort of shit like that. It's only the only shops that at like a local place right now, Warwood Square. Usually it is like fucking packed. But it was really eerie. I only went there for the first time in like 3 weeks because I think we've been getting like home delivery food and shit. First time being there today, and there was no one in there except for like the grocery shop, and it was really eerie feeling. But yeah, I think they're definitely trying their best to cut everyone down from. That's what I want right now.
How is like home delivery stuff out there?
It's still like everyone's jumping on it. So, sometimes they'll rock up and, you won't have toilet paper or milk or eggs. And they say, we don't have any,
Yeah.
We got to, wait for the next order or something and hopefully get lucky and they'll, come with that. What else was there? We had that stupid fucking phase of like toilet paper. Everyone just bulk buying. You did that as well? So everyone...
Stupid.
It's always the same, though, isn't it?
Dumb people could be.
It's amazing, isn't it? We get a virus that definitely doesn't make you shit yourselves, and people go, "Do you know what we need? All the toilet paper that the world can produce right now. But
the thing is,
fucking now."
It's not something that goes out of date, right? No. So consider this: why would this ever happen? If you think about this, so there's most likely the greater the population of the world gets, the more likely you are to get pandemics, the more likely you to get mutations and things like that. So you're more likely to see, probably in our lifetime, another pandemic, right? So why isn't there, in every single business that does things like toilet roll, things that you don't throw away because they go out of date, why don't they just have, like surgical masks, just stockpile them so that in the event of a pandemic, you're already prepared and you can already, fucking hell, I saw things like hand sanitizer, like 70 pounds for a small bottle, and people were buying them.
Yeah, and they were. Well, there's I'm not going to get into this whole stereotyping racist fucking shit. On Facebook, it was at one point there was a Facebook group, a buy, swap, and sell group for toilet paper, and let's just say there was a category of people that were buying like bulk and then reselling it for like 4 times the price, and like quite literally going into a shop and just pulling every single stack of toilet paper and then going online and then selling it for 4 times the price. And
I know what you mean. I know
there was a lot of like who does that though, like at this time of
opportunists who capitalist opportunists who want to fuck people.
I mean, I'll tell you something. I've not changed a single thing about shopping habits, and not once have I not got what I needed.
No, we've always done home delivery anyway, mainly because we're really fucking lazy, but also because if we go like Tesco or whatever, we always end up coming back with shit we don't fucking need. I mean, last time we went to Tesco's,
came back with that.
Back with a fucking television. Didn't need it. Dumb.
Yeah.
So,
but now you got a big fuck off TV though.
Why?
You could watch particular videos on the big screen.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but I mean, this part of the house we only really use for like
entertaining,
and
that's why we
make babies.
Like parents or people come round to sit here. But
no, I on that TV every time I was trying to stand up.
Yeah, it's on a sort of swinging arm that comes out. But anyway, the point is the home delivery thing. It's been kind of we've not missed one, but I had to do a click and collect. I had to do a click and collect. the other day, and they forgot most of the food. And I was like,
it's
all
like
right.
that, yeah.
And it wasn't that they didn't have it. It wasn't that they didn't have it. It was that they were so swamped and overwhelmed with how many people had suddenly taken up home delivery and the click and collect stuff, that they were just so unbelievably like swamped that they just forgot most of the shopping. I say most, probably about a fifth of the shopping was just forgotten. So when I went back, and I was like,
It
was things like ham, bacon, eggs, bread. And we're like, these are all things we need to sort of survive.
Yeah, fucking tell Danny to hurry up.
Yeah, yeah. But then it's just sort of, and when I went back, I was like, so where is it all? Oh yeah, we forgot. Sorry, we'll sort it out. We'll just wait here. I was like, okay. So they then go into the shop and go and get the food. But at the same time as that, there is a queue of about 50 people. There's a queue of about 50 people with trolleys 2 meters apart throughout the car park waiting to get into the main store. So I felt like I was just bypassing the whole system. I was just, see you later. Go straight through.
Free world.
Yeah.
The best thing to do, though, is to do a scan while you shop. That's fucking sick. You just pick up your own scanner, pick some up in the shop, scan it, put it in your trolley, and then you get back to the end of the shop, just put it in the dock and pay for it. You don't queue up, you don't do shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then again, you could end up walking out with TVs like Alex, so...
Yeah, it was the first time they actually did like an online order, and it took 45 minutes to keep scrolling through, you know.
Oh, yeah, to do the fucking shop itself.
Do the actual shop. Like, I mean, I guess compared to actually driving down, getting out of the car, going and do the shop itself, you know, probably about the same time. But yeah, you're still kind of on the computer just scrolling through what they've got. But
yeah, and then it is like with ours, it was changing every 5 minutes. Like something else would be taken out of.
Yeah, you'd refresh it and it'd be something. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, which is just. But I don't know. I'm hoping that all this sort of fucks off pretty soon because I've said this before. I'm naturally quite lazy, so this is all right for me.
Yeah. But are you guys still working? What's the situation with you guys at the moment?
I'm self-employed. I do CCTV installations and alarm installations. I have fucking no work in. Like, this is the longest time since we started in 2015 that I've had nothing in. So usually,
is it just you working? Like,
it's me and my wife. We do. We run the business, so I do installation. I've got an apprentice as well, but it's mainly just basically me.
So you got to pay, I guess, apprenticeship wages still. Whilst, or have you like not let him go, but like.
Well, interestingly, now he's working with a mechanic in Stockport. So he's doing that now full time. And if he wants to continue doing that, that's fine.
Okay.
But as it is at the moment, we used to regularly do sort of between 3 to 5 installations per week, whether it was CCTV or alarm systems, and now nothing, just nothing.
Completely dead. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's never been like that. We were getting to the point just after Christmas where we were just painfully swamped. I was constantly knackered. I was thinking about employing a couple of lads, but like, thank God I didn't, because
that's all right. You'd been in a much worse position.
That'd be a fucking mess. Yeah, that'd be a right fucking mess. But yeah, so now I'm just trying to remember how to do my job. I think I did.
He's taking his home alarm apart and then redoing it.
Yeah, no, I am. I'm like just doing bits on like, especially some of the more complicated CCTV stuff. I've been doing bits on just to sort of keep my brain working.
You can learn a lot of shit on YouTube as well. Like,
oh yeah, but this is the thing. Like, as soon as you go down a YouTube hole, you've watched every single video that Scott Mitchell's ever made. You're like, oh, there was an entire day.
I'm a structural engineer design engineer that specialises in safety systems, so like abseil points and man-safe systems for like sheds. Our work was fucking shitloads. We were busy as. We have loads of government contracts, but we're owned by a big company, and they had to be seen to be looking after us because we were still traveling around the country. Really, only 10 to 15% of our contracts were essential. The rest was non-essential work. Really, it's not the end of the world if it doesn't happen. So they decided to furlough all the staff, bar probably 5 or 6 people. There's a few people working in the office just to keep it operating, day to day. Because I design like the packages that we install. I started from the bottom. I started installing it, then retesting it.
Started from the bottom.
No, and now I design.
Now we're in bed.
And I sell it. Yeah, now we're in bed, not doing anything while everyone else is working.
Fuck.
So yeah, so it's it was. I could have kept working, but the company made the decision to put us all on 3 weeks leave to start with, which ends in 11 days, and then they'll probably reassess from there whether we all start coming back. But before that, I was working from home for a week anyway, so we might just go back working from home. But from there, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. All of my, apart from the Scott Mitchell Media business, I've got the wedding Big Bear Films, and they went from 100 people down to 10 pretty quickly. So anyone that was booking instantly just pulled. People were ready to pay. They pulled the plug, and then all of my other clients that were coming up to their wedding, I just got email after email like, all right, what can we do? And luckily, touch wood, everyone's been unreal, kind of just rescheduling for the next date. In the end, I luck out a little bit for new bookings for the next year that, saving the date for them, won't be able to book new clients in. So, even like a rough estimate of when this virus is actually going to fuck off and people actually take it serious and they're not down at the beach, they're actually isolating themselves. Is it going to be another 3 months before it, finally clears up?
And after that time, is anyone going to be willing to spend any fucking money? Because that's the problem.
Well, that's it. Yeah, no one's made any money. Like our government, I've put claims in trying to, get the government assistance, and it's not going to start until the 1st of May. So they're allowing us to dip into our super early. So I'm, on the 20th is when I can actually get super out, and I'm just going to have to pull 10K out of the super, and that's what I'm going to have to survive on because I've got no income whatsoever.
Yeah, it's just...
What's your super? What's that?
So your money you put aside, whether if you're working for a company, whether if they offer super, it pretty much when you retire, that's your money that you live off.
Like we call it a
pension. Your superannuation sort of thing. But working for yourself, you're not exactly paying.
Well, that's it. But what do you do though? Like the thing is, if you take 10K out of that, like what happens at the end? I don't feel like there's been enough anywhere, like Australia, America, the UK, Europe, anywhere. No one's doing enough to really talk about so what happens afterwards? So you take.
I'm going to buy a crossbow.
Put back. Yeah, buy a crossbow.
So I'm in case all the shops start shutting, and I'm going to start going hunting people in the street and eating them and stuff.
but this is it. Because there was 2 schools of thought with it. Was it going to trigger a long-term recession and a potential depression, or was it going to be a very, very short-term recession, like a global recession? Because if it's global, it's much more likely to be a shorter-term recession. So you'd be talking 6 months and everyone's back up to full pelt again, which would be great. But then you're still talking about 2020 for pretty much everyone on the planet, apart from toilet roll salesmen and everyone is.
I reckon push bike shops. Everyone's going out and doing exercise, and everyone's just I'll buy a new bike.
Yeah.
So that's all I've seen is people fucking running in the street, and I'm like, come on, you weren't running before.
Yeah, there's a really good meme of prior to the the outbreak. And then all of a sudden there's heaps, like just old people that never exercised, now they're exercising.
Exercising as a family unit.
Yeah.
I saw the funniest thing ever. There was like a family of like cyclists, and they were obviously following a couple more people or cyclists, maybe friends or whatever. They were all in a bullet straight line, breathing deep, going up a hill. I was like, one of those people at the front have got it. All you folks behind are breathing it in. I was like, what are you playing at?
And they did a study like it because it's like you can be airborne for how many feet, you know. Doing any sort of, even that 1.5 meter gap distance is still enough for someone to like breathe.
In your buddies, hot musky breath.
That's it. You walk past, you smell it, you're like, oh yep,
Smell
beautiful.
It smells like COVID-19. Real nice. That's a good year.
Aged well.
Yeah, aged well. Yeah, well, I imagine the thing is because of also the consumption of content for people. Like if you just watch some popular videos on YouTube and you watch them the following day, you'll see people are just sat at home, just as you say, just watching everything they possibly can.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like the more. It
looked like you were sat on your own lap then, Scotty.
Yeah, I was just like, hey, man.
Hey, Dad.
Minus beard. Yeah.
But yeah, the more content, I think, the more content everyone can get out. I mean, we've probably not talked a lot about cars and shit, but we
have kind of just gone straight back into the quarantine while we're quarantining.
Background,
that's what I thought. Like it'll keep people interested.
They'll be not paying a single bit of attention to us, but they'll be looking at really.
Yeah, they'll mute it. They'll mute it, and it's just us going.
Yeah. So in Australia, you have quite a lot of sick ass tracks. You've got a couple of now custom built places up and down in the country. What, in your personal opinion, is probably the best track that's out there? And in probably my personal experience is few and far between, apart from videos. But if you can shed a bit of light even on things that we don't really know, you might know better.
Okay. Well, starting with like say New South Wales, there's the big Sydney Motorsport Park where we pretty much started back in 2011, and there was like a North Circuit. It was like 4 corners, pretty decent third gear to fourth sort of thing. And I'm probably going to fucking butcher all of this history and get it wrong, and people will pick up from Australia will pick up and fucking abuse me for it.
Thank you, Scotty Mitchell.
It was a change of hand or something for Sydney Motorsport Park. They'd changed it to ARDC or some shit. And whoever the board was, they just hated drifting, absolutely hated it.
Yeah.
And then they're like, you've got the skid pan, you've got this little second gear peanut track. Why do you guys need anything else than that? And just always felt like you could never book, the big track anymore. Lee from Driving Sports has been forever fighting to get track time for the big track. So, good on for him keeping that up. So pretty much.
Is it a Sydney Raceway where they used to drift down the drag strip and then drift the return road? Is that the one? Is that the same one?
Yes. So it's 2 separate. So you got the Western Sydney dragway, and then the car park there. So Project D used to do that one there. But that was separate to it.
Yeah, there's like a tarmac pan, and then they used to just drift into like the small little tight areas and then come back onto it, didn't they? The Project D.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah. But they don't do any of that anymore. Sometimes they used to do like just the car park, sort of kind of like a figure 8 peanut on the car park. But that was here and there. But we hit and run kind of just we didn't do Sydney Motorsport Park anymore. And then 3 hours south is Wakefield Park, and that was a good one for quite some time. But local neighbours, noise pollution. Then at one point they banned drifting there altogether. And then as of last year, they've brought it back, and then, you know, they're trying to do more, but there's like a noise, a microphone. Yeah. So if you go over it, you know, and they're still complaining and getting issues.
Yeah. When we were at halfway rally, the owner comes out and he has his decibelometer. But
that old cranky guy.
Yeah. And he's deaf apparently, so he just stands behind the cars going, "Sounds all right. On you go, son."
Yeah. What is it? Yeah, and then there's the new recent track, Pheasantwood, which used to be Marulan.
Which looks fucking
I've not heard of that.
Oh, you've seen the videos. It's insane. It's so good.
Yeah. The most recent videos that I've been putting out. Yeah, that's the one. I just put a recent video out, Keep It Reet. They had a Matt Siri there. I could only make the Saturday. But yeah, that track as a spectator, media, and also I was doing some chase car in the wagon, the last event. It's fucking unreal. Like just different corners, different elevations and shit like that.
Yeah.
It looks super, super sick.
Really good. And there's some high speed and up through, we haven't really worked out what the corner names are and shit like that, but there's a hill point where slower cars can catch up and, you know, have a few trains here and there. But yeah, raving on that track, and the owner himself, he just loves it. He thinks it's fantastic, and he's really keen to keep getting people on.
That's great. That's like half the fucking battle though with most of these.
Having a good owner,
you know.
Yeah, and he's planning on making the track bigger, so he's buying any lots that pop up around it to stop anyone else moving in and then complaining. So he's trying to write off. Yeah, fucking oath, man. Like,
I mean, on the back of losing Port as well. Like the last year.
Well, that was
for me. That was probably one of the best tracks I've ever driven at, seen. You know, and there wasn't even, there was just a few random smattering dudes there. There was no one really. The Gravy Boys weren't there, or anyone that drive together consistently, and it was still mega. It was just insane.
I really enjoy. It was a go-kart track, but just it's a fun. Really fun sort of track, grassroots, as they say. Any sort of powered car, they can have a bit of fun. Someone's going to catch up. There's going to be a little bit of plenty of tandem sort of stuff.
The closest thing that we have really to that is probably Teesside, but because it's speed-wise, you've got your big run up down the hill, so you can get up quite a bit of speed. And the same with Teesside, it's got a real big straight. Even it is a kart track, it's a GP kart track. It's like a fast go-kart track.
All the best. See, this is the thing. All the best fucking tracks most of the best tracks for drifting I've found personally are usually go-kart tracks. They usually start as go-kart
absolutely.
tracks.
We have a good one close to us. It's about 40 minutes away, which is Three Sisters. But the problem with it is it's not run as smooth as it could. They need to really bring in someone that's die-hard drifting, that knows how to flow a proper day. They've moved to open pit lane, which I think they must have someone on there that does know, really what they need to do, because drifting needs to be open pit lane, full track. Fair enough, there's sections of the track that you shouldn't be drifting because it's too dangerous, too fast, and it's up over a hill that's off camber, so you're just going to be pulling people up all day.
Even if you chuck a few cones down as like a slowdown section and shit like that.
So I think I've not driven it since they've gone open pit lane, but I've seen, a few people raving about it, and they've changed the layout quite a bit, and they resurfaced it as well, which was just before we drove last time, Alex, in 2018, and it was a completely different track. It's so fast for such a small track.
For a small track.
It's one of the only places it's one of the only places in the UK anyway, where you do get those like elevation changes, especially the newish section that they opened up to us. I think it was opened up in 2017, 2018, which has like peaks and like certainly like bits that are much more technical. Probably Anglesey, the West track at Anglesea's, sort of a much more exaggerated version of that. But most of the other places in the UK are flat, with very few exceptions to the rule. And I think that's another thing that's completely overlooked, is that like I think you need that sort of that dynamic to make especially some of the most ridiculous drifting I've ever seen, usually starts with a very, very low car hitting a jump. You know.
Yeah.
Well, it's like in Poland, we had those when we came coming out of switchbacks, and then you had that small hill, and it chucked you into a completely blind right-hander in fourth.
Do you remember? Yeah, exactly. Do you remember there was a video that a lad in Poland made? He didn't speak any English, and he sent it to the Instagram, and it was all three of us at the time, drifting that section, going up and down
with the music.
With that, what was that track called? It was like
techno
some
beat.
Techno,
like,
happy hardcore beat.
I'll find, yeah.
Yeah.
And he said, I made this for you. And I was like, that's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. And he's like, thank you.
God bless him.
Yeah. Bless your soul.
But yeah, I mean, it's one of those, I think people, underestimate the importance of stuff like that. But you do seem to have, I'm not going to say more variety, but would you say they're primarily go-karting tracks, or
yeah,
they start?
Yeah, primarily, because up in Queensland, they've got the Queensland Raceway. It's a big track, and like going back to the early 2012 Queensland Matsuri, where I think I can't remember when the first Matsuri was, but we were all getting absolute. Oh, Danny's back. We were all getting absolutely fucking plastered, drinking on track and shit. Welcome back. Each year, all good. Yeah, each year, they were cracking, started to catch up on us drinking during the day and around the pits, and there was became no drinking completely, and then it sort of changed the vibe of. I've said it before, but I hate using that word vibe, but that's the best way to explain it. But yeah, no alcohol, and everything got really a lot stricter and shit like that. And we didn't start making any more trips up there. I think everyone started to sell up and grow up, as they say.
Oh, don't say that.
It was a bit. There was a big obviously, I was saying before, the party scene.
Just one second. I'm gonna go for a piss, right? Yeah. But I can still hear you, and I can still speak to you.
So do a very loud wee.
You'll hear my piss.
Yeah, just make sure you hit the bowl the whole time.
Yeah.
As soon as you hit that water part, it gets really aggressive.
Obviously the party side of Australian drifting was massive, especially at QLD Matsuri. It was just, I mean, some of the a lot of the videos that no one's ever seen that people have privately are probably a lot more leery than what is publicly out there. People see that.
Yeah, I tried to keep it pretty tame. Yeah, so
you should do a reel of just all the fucking
loose as fuck shit.
Everyone incriminate everyone.
Yeah, I mean, just the videos that I get from Ty sometimes when him, Brock, and a few of his mates are just having a few beers around at his, or they're just gone. They've literally just had food and that, and they're just fucking loose as fuck. I mean, absolutely.
They get straight onto it.
Yeah,
zero. Just fucking go.
Yeah. There was at halfway. It was just the sheep. At halfway, it was just obviously the track time and the show and everything. But the days before, leading up to it, while we were just hanging out in the park, was fucking sick. We were just literally getting absolutely slaughtered every day.
Yeah, man, it's such a social event to do.
I think that because of the climate and the way that everyone in Australia just seems so much more laid back, and it's a lot more. It's a lot different. You couldn't get people here to turn up 2 days before to all hang out. Yeah,
that's the distance that people
shit and just
people think they live far away.
Yeah, they just I can't. I mean, it's weird because obviously it's no one would do it because all you do is you all sit inside for 2 days before because you're pissing it down. But it's just completely different. In Australia, you can literally just hang out like you're on holiday. Like the entire time me and my brother were on holiday, but also we were at events and hanging out with people and meeting people. And everyone was sound as fuck. Didn't meet a fucking dick while I was there at all. Not one. It's so strange. I expect, you expect to meet somebody along the way or to chat to someone who you think probably want to hang around with that dude. But
just a wanker, yeah.
Literally every person that I met, I couldn't have spoke highly about them. I won't go back now. obviously we can't. But
no, well, we were supposed to go. We were supposed to go back in February, weren't we?
October. We were gonna do Queensland. Sorry, but your baby was due, so it just didn't all work out.
Fucking babies, man. Fucking babies.
Bastards.
God's sake.
But yeah, we'll probably sit down, and I know Ty's 30th coming up, and we might make a trip over for that. So
yeah, absolutely. Let us know what you're doing, because we're the forever question of like, where's hit and run? We're attempting to try and have a little comeback.
Woo! Little party time.
Trying it. You know, I think there's still a few people that have cars and shit, and we're gonna take it easy, take it slow, try and do a few more events. I think for myself, when weddings go back, I'm just gonna get enough, cap my weddings at so many, and then make sure that I book in the regular events and shit.
Because Tim owns Ryan's old 180 now, doesn't he? Has Ryan still got a car? Tim Corbett. A new car, or
he's BCF. Yeah, fishing, four-wheel drive, all that sort of stuff. But he's loving it. He's up in Queensland.
Yeah. Have you got a car, or are you going to purchase something? Have you got any plans for that?
Nah, I tried doing both, like filming. Obviously buying camera shit and then trying to attempt to do some sort of drifting. Yeah. But couldn't afford it. And I think the rest of the boys it was still, because I'm older than, the majority of them, they were still at home, and like they could borrow the old man's four-wheel drive and a trailer, and they could, they could do it. But I was driving the drift car to the track. I had a two-door HL31 Skyline. Yeah. I had a coupe. Arrived down at Wakefield Park, and we woke up the next morning to go to the track, and sheared the uni in the shaft, and had to wait. So wait out the whole drift day until.
Kind of ruins things, doesn't it?
Drift home.
Yeah. Leave the car there, drive back with my mate and his 4B, then hire a trailer, and then drive back down to Wakefield again to grab my car, and then drive back again. So it's kind of like, you just don't want to drive in the daily, and then get completely fucked there. But I don't think I'll buy anything. I've gotten so used to filming and enjoying it.
But that's where your enjoyment now comes from, was getting involved in the drifting and filming it, and
Yeah. And the thing is, that's where don't get me wrong, I enjoy driving, but I get a lot of enjoyment from watching the footage, especially
watching people make us look really good.
Yeah. Just speed the footage up and shit, and put music over the top where the car's blowing up.
It's like a 0.25 speed increase.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, so no, I had a couple of cars, but you had a bit of fun with them, but just couldn't do both.
You can't. I mean, we used to drive to all of the events in the car, so we'd stick some tires in the boot and drive to the event in the car, right? So if you try and do that in places like Australia and the States, where your tracks are much more spaced out, or I say they're more spaced out, they're not that much more spaced out in Australia, I guess.
Yeah, about 3 hours down to Wakefield, 2.5 to Pheasant.
It's not too bad, but I imagine I've not seen there's too many people driving the drift cars to the events. Although, actually, no, I've seen Ty. Ty's driven recently?
No, it was he was doing Streeto illegally for a video.
No, that was on a closed off road, Yeah. We don't do any illegal stuff.
It definitely was on a very well known spot.
Yeah. No, I think Australia's got some pretty tight
as well. Fucking took me forever.
Oh yeah. We've got some pretty gnarly rules. If the car's modified, you'll get whether if it'll get yellow stickered or red stickered, where you can't drive the car home. Yeah, it has
There's
to go
a
on
couple of
trailer.
people at halfway that drove drove down into New South Wales, and it was just fucking a couple of the people that got slipped on the way in. But then at halfway, when you drop out of, I can't remember the town's name anyway. As you're dropping into where the park is, where where everyone stayed, the fucking police would sit on the roundabout just outside, and they'd wait, and we had to offload Ty's car on the roundabout, so technically he was still on the street. Right as a copper rolled up and was like, "The fuck are you cunts doing?"
Yeah.
And we were like, "Oh, we just need to get it off here using this bit of the hill and shit." And he was like, "Yeah, you cunts better not be fucking trying to drive up that street." And he was like, "I'm gonna be sat there, I'll be waiting." And we were like,
just watch it. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And he wasn't
it's a bit
nice
like
about
that.
it either. He was a bit of an arsehole.
This is the thing, like you completely take it for granted that like we can drive our cars on the road at the right height we drive them at. We can, and we know that if we get pulled over by a police officer, 90% of the time they have fucking no idea what's going on. Oh, have you found the video?
No, they're starting to get pretty cluey on it all. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Oh, that was cool.
That's cool.
I enjoyed that. That was a really good day. That was the day before that engine exploded.
So wait, is that's not Driftland, is it?
No, that's Next Level.
That's Next Level in Poland.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Yeah,
But yeah, we totally take it for granted because seemingly even the slightest bit of a modification is, like a fucking air filter or whatever.
Yeah, pod filter. Yeah, noise pollution apparently, or some shit like that. Yeah.
Or
you chuck bigger brakes or bigger wheels, for more safety. They'll ping you for that.
The best cars are the ones that come with engineering slips, aren't they? So you can do modifications to your cars, but then you can have them checked over by an engineer and then have them slipped to be approved to be usable on the road. And those cars are
really
fortunes. Yeah.
Just engineering costs forever.
Yeah.
Wow. So
you can modify a car.
You do it while your car's on your drive.
Say that again,
Robotic Danny.
If you've got any internet near you, less wind,
I've only got
more internet.
I'm gonna have to lamb some sheep in a minute. Anyway.
Oh,
he's gonna land some sheep.
Show us the live stream on that one, fam.
Oh, Jesus.
Jeez.
Yeah, she's sleeping.
Yeah, she gave birth, mate.
Okay, Jesus Christ.
I can't. But Danny, your camera's stopped moving completely. I don't know.
It's just useless right now.
He's gone.
I'm gonna go. I've got shit signal.
Okay.
Hi, Danny. Love you.
Yeah. Oh God. The missus has said 10 o'clock bedtime. Well, for her anyway. But
right. Okay.
Since that's all right. Since Grace, the little one's asleep in her room, I've had to move my computer setup into our room.
Yeah.
It's kind of restricted me yelling and screaming at the screen while she sleeps.
Yeah, I mean, I think Saul's kids are asleep somewhere.
Yeah, morning naps. So.
My kid's doing asleep. Although I keep on getting texts every now and then say stop shouting.
Yeah,
stop shouting. Yeah,
yeah. I've not
bloody
had
kids, man.
So I'm all right so far. She might be awake actually.
It's probably fine.
But yeah, engineering slips on cars. They make Australian cars worth.
How do you get that? How do you apply for? Do you apply for it, or so it costs money to apply for it?
What did I do? So back.
It sounds like the first thing I'd be fucking doing.
So I think once there's also a historic plates. So you could register your car for a car club if it's as old as, I think it's 25 years. I'll fuck this up. Yeah, if it's 25 years old or whatever, it counts as a historic. And if you get it engineered with what it's got in the car, you got to we're wrapping it up. Sorry, you said 10.
It's fine.
Yeah, we'll go.
Yeah, no, it's all good. So you can get it engineered, which costs a lot of money, and you can get it But yeah, you got to be part of a car club and all that sort of crap. So you got to have a lot of proof and details and shit.
Yeah, and
all of that sounds horrible.
It's not like chucked together. It's like built like by legit places that have probably cost fucking tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars to build fucking shit that's worth driving.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And then you bring in your beat up piece of shit.
Yeah, you gotta have Tim Corbett's dad's gold card. Just swipe that bitch.
Thank you, Daddy.
Greg on that swipe.
Some more questions before we go. Have you got anything else you want to hit me up?
There was.
Why are all your videos? Why do they look great? Why do they look great? Why is there a good look to them?
A good look to them, as in like you're talking about the camera quality, or
is it? Well, more specifically, people always ask us like, especially the guys that do media for us, like, what cameras do you use? And I refuse to believe, although it's probably the case. Is it purely because you're constantly filming on a sunny fucking day?
It does help. I mean, in quite a lot of my halfway hang videos, they do rain, and it does look a bit dark and gloomy.
Like a UK video.
UK video. Yeah, it looks like a UK video.
It's just,
I don't know. It could be a bit of colour.
I don't know. It just... So people do, like, they always end up with comments along the lines of, they did this with Jono recently, but like, I don't know cameras, but people will. What sort of cameras did you use? What did you use for like
back then? I was using like a Canon for the, I think it was like a 7D or some shit, back for like the Queensland Matsuri 2012 and 13. I had a mate of mine who was working for Sony Australia at the time say, use this VG 900. I think it was like a Sony Handycam, but it was like their first full frame sensor that you could change lenses, like, you know. And I started using that, which is what that's all like Sony action cam footage there. But the first Japan trip was used on the Sony VG, and the footage was coming out pretty nice from all of that. So that worked really well there. And then I've just kept on Sony this whole time. So I went over to the A7, the mirrorless, and then I've just kept going. A7S2, A7, all that sort of shit. And I've just been really, really enjoying the Sony cameras. But yeah, I think, when it comes
to sponsored.
Oh man, if I could get another deal for that. Jesus Christ. Yeah. So it was, we were never really sponsored. It was more just a mate hooking us up at the time.
Yeah. A good deal.
It was a good deal. So I was chucking in the Sony fucking to sound bigger than what we were. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, and just I guess in post, add a bit of color, make it look a little bit fruity. I think some of the videos I did go a bit too hard and it got really out of hand. But yeah.
Well, yeah.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Terrible interview questions. Let's go.
Like I want to get into production side of it. Like I think I do enjoy filming the events and shit like that more than editing. Like I think I'm not getting over editing, but like sitting down and sitting in a dark room and then just going over footage of I start to get over it. But yeah, I think in 5 years time I'd like to be on a production team just filming, and that's it. Someone else is doing audio, someone else is doing the editing and shit, and somewhere you could put 100% into just filming. Everyone else has their talent, and I think just going up to doing bigger production shit, on bigger cameras.
Do like short films or like that sort of shit? Or
I've never attempted to do like a short film or even a doco sort of style like that. All of that I've done has always been like a music montage of just cutting clips up and rolling with music. On topic of using music, my Vimeo account like a few years ago that had 9 years worth of videos with copyright songs and shit. I got 3 warnings, email, and then account terminated. Like in one day, like straight away. that's why like all of my Vimeo videos would disappeared. I had heaps of people saying I can't see your videos, and I had to re-upload it and shit.
I mean,
I thought
I'm getting yeah.
It's all right. It's all right. We'll call it a day. But yeah,
one more thing.
Go on.
Yeah, one more thing to add. So I was speaking to Danny before as well. Danny had a few good ideas, not on this call. Once I've caught up with my current workflow of weddings, seeing as we've got a lot of time, as you said, to go through shit, I'm actually going to build. I've been wanting to do it for years, but since 2012, I've still got every single event that we did as hit and run. So I'm going to I wanted to build a DVD.
Yes.
Ooh, 2 hours long. And then Danny made a point of like, why don't you do episodes? So like episode 1 would be like 2012 and 13 of all of the footage. So you think of each event that I did.
Please do that because I need something to do.
Yeah.
And when me and Alex get back together, we can always sit and watch that on our Friday night takeaway.
Exactly. Yeah. So
that's a good idea.
Yeah, but the thought of making a DVD, getting it printed, and then sending it out. Obviously you need cash flow to first off buy everything, and then you got to wait for it to come back, and then international posting and shit. It's not working too well. Where's that shirt, Alex? I paid good money for that shirt, mate. Where's it gone?
What?
yeah, exactly.
Oh shit! Yeah, of course, yeah.
No.
No. I'll tell you now. Fabprint, who the guys that met, I probably shouldn't have mentioned the name, but the company that sends out all of our clothing, they just shut down. So whereas everyone else is working, they shut down before everyone else. They just panicked. Okay. The problem is a load of shit came back to them. So there was a load of guys from Poland, they ordered like 20 shirts and hoodies and shit. It was a massive order. Yeah. And all of that, for some strange reason, went back to them. The problem with that company, which I won't mention the name of again, their turnaround is roughly 2 weeks, which put every single order pretty much in a fucking hellhole when it came to the beginning of the quarantine. So we're currently in talks with another guy who's hopefully going to be taking over our clothing orders. But the problem is we then have to do bulk orders of stuff, which the problem with bulk orders, we end up with loads of like odd size clothes that don't end up selling. But this instance, it's probably the only way we're going to get stuff sent out. But how long has it been for yours? Has it definitely nothing's come through at all?
I'm trying to remember because I put a post up on Instagram when your stickers arrived. And I can't remember, but
they're not.
Anyways.
That's all right. It's a good point. It's a good point because they were sort of dragging their heels through most of February, and then as soon as this lockdown came down, it was just they were the first to go. And the only way I found out was because I sent an email for a new set of orders of like another 20 or 30 shirts to send out, and I just got an email back and it said, we're very sorry, but we've closed. I was like,
cool. 28th for March, I think you got the stickers. That's one way you can mention. You mentioned us in your story.
Yeah. Something like that.
We'll sort it out.
That's
Don't
all
worry.
Right. That's all good.
We'll sort it out.
We could have done this off stream. That's all right.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Let's hopefully you don't get in trouble too much for being.
Yeah. Apologize on our behalf.
No. That's all right. So back to the DVD. So so I won't be doing a DVD, so episodes. So Vimeo does a pay-per-view. So like, someone from that IP address pays. I don't even know how much I would charge for someone to watch it, but if it's like 60 minutes, 70 minutes worth of footage, anyways, you pay an amount and you can watch that video as many times as you want. I thought that would probably be the best way to do it, quickly, so that many people can watch it. So,
just on that, and just do with this information as you would originally. So Outsiders video at DVD that was done back in 2011.
Yeah, I think it's that.
It's a while ago. That's been seen on YouTube 4.6 million times. Fantastic. The DVD, now I've got a copy of the DVD. I'm pretty certain Saul's got a copy of the DVD. And most people have a copy of the DVD. You can see it for free. I could see it for free, but what I wanted was a physical copy of the thing.
Yeah,
true. If I want to watch it, I love putting it in. I can sit there with the director's commentary on. I can sit there and just listen to all sorts of stupid shit. And I could do that on YouTube, but I chose to pay for the DVD. And I mean, I don't
have a DVD player anymore. I only have a PlayStation, so I have to PlayStation.
I
don't even have anything that will play a fucking DVD. But I still